This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born.
Opening morning. Wait all year for it.
This is the first buck I've got to shoot off my farm. December 23rd in Iowa. It's 2 days before Christmas, and this is a good feeling, so I can't wait to get my hands on him.
This week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, we'll travel to the land of Lincoln as Brick Stewart is hot on the trail of a buck he calls bonus buck.
I'm not missing opening day for anything, I can tell you that.
Then Caitlin Lenz heads home for the holidays to hunt the family farm in Iowa and gets an early Christmas present.
That is the 10-pointer we were after here.
Sit tight, this is going to be exciting.
Well, here we go. This is Operation Save Food Plots.
So I bought my farm in the fall of 2016, and it was a clean slate. It had all the potential in the world from the way it laid out with the fields to the timber to the brush, but I knew it was going to be a 5-year plan, and I was looking forward to the challenge.
It's going to be a good spot. Haven't had one here before, brand new spot, so we'll see.
I was wanting to make the most of the dirt that I had, so we cleaned everything off. We turned these old fields back into producible fields. I was going to use them for food plots, so I didn't take away anything from the cash rent that was on the farm, so I didn't lose any kind of income, and it worked out perfect. A couple years into it now, and these fields are starting to turn out pretty good.
Beautiful field here. Standing corn, bull blind. Those are, you can't tell, but those are beans. They got away from me. It's been so wet this year. I've sprayed twice and it still couldn't stop the Johnson grass. But once that frost, your grass will fall, I know beans will still be there, but that actually might be, and that grass actually might be helping the beans because deer don't like to put their face down in that stuff. So once that lays down and all the other stuff around is dead, those beans will still be standing.
So after buying the farm, I had a clean slate. It was kind of a rough slate. We're going to bring in a dozer, we're going to do a lot of work to these fields, but I think the number one thing that I want to do more than anything is about being a clean slate. I wanted to make it a family farm. I wanted to make it ours. And I think any cool farm has a name. Well, having 3 daughters, this is 3 Does Farm. Welcome.
The first step is getting these girls to have fun while working on hunting stuff. Second part is getting them to have fun while hunting.
We're a couple years into this 5-year plan that I had set up for the farm, and I'm starting to notice that it's really coming to fruition. I'm starting to get some deer now. I'm starting to get the quality of the deer I want. I'm starting to get some age on the deer, and I called Brandon and said, hey, bud, I think it's time. I think this now you can make the long drive over, come to deer camp, let's celebrate.
Tell me about it, Brick.
Opening morning. Wait all year for it. It's going to be nasty out there. Dad's actually going to sleep in this morning. It is raining, misting, blowing, pretty nasty. We're going to a bull, and we're going to tuck up into it and stay dry. But I'm not missing opening day for anything, I can tell you that. Especially not since Brandon drove all the way over here. All right, so make sure I don't forget I got the dual bonds. Winchester's ready to rock. Brandon, I think we're ready, bud.
Well, opening day came. First day of shotgun season, it's a tradition. We were sitting on a standing bean field, which is generally an afternoon set or evening set, but I figured with the cold movement that was coming in, the front that was blowing with it, that maybe they need to feed before they go back to bed. So as daylight started to lift and Brandon and I are carrying a conversation about what deer might show up there, he noticed movement in the beans, and a doe was coming through, and behind him came some antlers.
Cut the deer we came in here after 4. Down there eating. And it's an old standing bean field. It got too weedy, so he couldn't cut it. But he's down there. I knew he's on this hill.
So as we put the loopholes up and I was looking, trying to study this deer, at first glance I thought, Brandon, that's that 9-point I was just telling you about, I got the Reconyx pick of. But as he got a little closer, I noticed he's got a G4. This is a bonus buck. So as the doe started getting closer, she started wanting to leave the field. As he turned, started to walk in a quarter away, I told Brandon, it's now or never. I'm gonna put the Winchester on him, and we're gonna let it bark.
Sure, Val. Come on, big boy, step out. man. Yeah. That wasn't the deer I thought it was, but he was a good deer. Nice 10 point. I don't know. He turned a quarter, and I put it right there, the quarter up through there, and we'll see.
He acts so weird. I knew that we needed to get one in him. I knew he was gonna.
I was hoping he's gonna come out into a little bit cleaner beans there, but
He was just acting
when he
so
turned
weird.
that next, I needed literally 4 more steps.
I think he got it done, dude. He hunched up.
If that's the case, that's the first buck I've got to shoot off my farm, and I do not know that deer. I don't know.
So after reviewing the footage, the shot looked perfect. The Winchester dual bond found its mark, went right up corner away, cleaned his clock. We knew he was going to be down in a short distance.
I'm gonna load up, go down and get my dad. He's at camp, and I want him to be here. This is the first year we got to shoot off the farm, so I really want him to be here with us when we go recover him. So the shot looked really good. We watched it several times, back and forth. So I really want Dad to be here when we go get this deer.
By this being opening day and wanting this to be about family, about tradition, and about friends, Dad was in bed. It's time to go get his butt up.
All right, well, we're back at the scene of the crime here. Went back and got popped. I want Larry to go with me here and see this deer. It's the first deer we got to take off our farm, so definitely want him to be part of it.
We had him, we had our friends, we all went up, made the recovery together. He was laying on the edge of the field.
There he is, boys.
Found him?
He didn't make out of the field. He's right here.
So after being a couple years into management and having this bonus buck come, it really set into me and makes me a believer in the field of dreams theory. If you build it, they will come.
We'll talk about a long time coming. This is a deer that I am very happy to sit behind. I don't know the deer. I've ran cameras all summer long for the last 3 years trying to get this farm built up that we bought. This is 3 does farm. After my 3 girls, it was 2 does up until this year. Now it's 3 does, but just something I look forward to. Even better to have it with Brandon behind the camera, my dad here with me to recover the first rack buck we've ever shot off of the farm here. And my daughter Quincy shot her first deer a couple weeks ago on the farm too. So all in all, my season's been made. So what an awesome time. This is deer camp. This is what it's all about.
Make the most of your time in the woods by knowing when whitetails will be moving on your prime spots up to 10 days in advance. Get ahead of your game with DeerCast.
You know, a fishing rod is a lot like a magic wand. It connects you to a world you can't see, but you know it's there. You can just feel it. Every time you cast, your hands remember the anticipation, knowing at any moment something spectacular could happen. So we keep casting and keep believing. Mossy Oak, made for moments like this.
We live in a connected world. Why should your trail camera be any different? Our proven HyperFire 2 is now 4G LTE cellular enabled, allowing you to receive images from almost anywhere in the world. With the Reconyx Connect mobile app, you can create a custom cellular plan, manage images, check camera status, or change settings remotely. Cost-effective data plans utilizing Verizon or AT&T are available directly through Reconyx and are backed by a full 5-year warranty. Reconyx, see what you've been missing.
You're dedicated to the hunt, putting in the time, the sweat, the energy, no matter the cost. During the off-season, in the heat of summer or the cold of winter, scouting, setting up your gear and equipment, and making plans through every step. When it's finally go time, when it's you versus him, that's when you give your best, because nothing is worse than ending a hunt before it begins with unwanted odor. Scent Crusher. Scent off. Game on.
You grow to love the repetition. Enter at the Old Elm, third maple on the right. Maybe today. Maybe not. Sleep, refuel, try again. This time is different. I've elevated myself.
Natural Barn is brought to you by Scent Crusher, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, Matthews Archery, Mission Crossbows, Reconyx Game Cameras, Nomad Outdoors, Mossy Oak Camouflage, Outdoor Edge, Analogics Outdoors, First Form, DeerCast, and Winchester Ammunition. With his Winchester SX3 in hand, Brick Stewart was able to harvest a nice Illinois 10-pointer he nicknamed Bonus Buck.
All in all, my season's been made.
Now, with Christmas fast approaching, Iowa hunter Kalen Linz is heading home for the holidays.
It's opening day of late muzzleloader season.
It's only a matter of time until he gets to unwrap a gift of a buck.
Well, it's Sunday morning, southern Iowa. We have some storms building out to the west. It's been really dry here the past week or so, so we're hustling to get our last of our fall plots in. We have our last little kill plot. It's kind of a little hourglass plot up on our spine ridge. Well, we made it to September here. I'm on my 40-acre farm today. I have the Muddy Softside 360. I'm going to put it up today so the deer can get used to it. Hopefully this is just a little kill plot to stage them, slow them down before they get to my cornfield here destination plot. So we'll see what makes it through EHD, but should be a killer spot. Well, it's September 7th, southern Iowa. Came in to check a trail camera and see a dead buck behind me here. It's a permission farm that I got on this year, and this deer was on camera all summer. Low 50s 10-pointer. Came, walked the creek in, and he was laying there. So I'm gonna walk the creek out and see if there's anything else that's fallen to EHD, but things keep getting worse here. Had a buddy tell me he just east of Lucas that someone found 5 dead bucks in their creek. I was heading home from work, and this bridge I'm sitting on, there's buzzards sitting on it, and get that bad gut feeling. So I pulled over and looked down, and there's a dead buck laying right here in the creek. And unfortunately, it is my #1 hit lister for this year, but he will be no more. So this is a tough pill to swallow. I guess I left a message for the DNR officer. Hopefully he'll get a hold of me here soon, and I can get a tag and at least claim him. And there's a few other nice deer around that they don't succumb to the CHD, and we'll have a good fall still. But it's a dagger right now, losing this one.
Well, it's afternoon of October 27th, Sunday here in southern Iowa. Pre-rut, things should start cranking up. This is my first sit on my farm. We are post-EHD here, and we do have one mature buck that didn't make it on the farm. Deer have 4 years of history. I call Ragnar. He's a mature deer, and those are few and far between. Well, let's see. November 22nd. It's Friday. I sat about 100 yards to the west this morning, and Ragnar showed up. That's the first time I've laid eyes on Ragnar all year, and he ended up about inside 10 yards from this ground blind. Would have had a chip shot. I had him this morning, so hopefully we can keep on him here and get an opportunity here in the next few days. Well, it's December 6th. It's the last day of early archery season in Iowa. Back on the home farm for one last sit. Fingers crossed that Ragnar will show up again. He's not been on cameras. Haven't seen him since last Thursday on Thanksgiving, so he's due to show up again, and we'll just give her one last crack here before gun season opens. Well, it's December 23rd in Iowa. It's opening day of late muzzleloader season. Back home in northeast Iowa on the farm where it all started. Got Dad, we're on a little 20 acres here, and got a bean field out in front of us and cornfield down below. There's a pretty good 10-pointer that we have a couple years history with that's been showing up on daylight on camera. So we're hoping he'll make a guest appearance today. A couple factors not in our favor though. It is 50 degrees today, so we'll see if we can have a little magic happen tonight. So stick with us here, and we'll see what happens. Well, we're getting down to the last half hour or so of light. Haven't had any action yet, but warmer temps tonight. That's kind of expected. Hopefully we'll have some deer moving before last shooting light, so we'll see what happens. There's a buck coming up the fence. Looks like that big 8. That's 10. I think it's him. Another doe coming. Okay. He's coming back out. He's never yep. There you go. Okay, he stops. He's down. He's down right there, ain't he? Yeah. That is the 10-pointer we were after here. It's been a year of overcoming adversity with EHD down in my farm in southern Iowa. And we're back home and kind of where I started all my hunting. So I got my dad with me behind the camera. It's 2 days before Christmas, and this is a good feeling. So I can't wait to get my hands on him. Here he is. This is this buck. Words can't describe it right now. It's been a tough season, and to go out on a high note here back on my home farm right before Christmas with my dad, on the place where I grew up hunting. You know, this is, I would say, is probably my biggest harvest on this creek since I've been hunting here since I've been 10 years old. So I'm tickled pink with this deer, and I couldn't be more happy. And thanks, Dad, for everything. And we're gonna clean them up here, and we're gonna do a little celebrating.
Next week on Winchester and Drury's Natural Born, we'll join up with country music star Dustin Lynch as he and his father look to harvest a couple of nice Texas bucks while also staying on the lookout for those pesky predators.
How about that double? That's awesome.
You won't want to miss it right here on DoD TV.
It never gets old. The smell of crisp fall air. The wind blowing through the trees. The adrenaline rush when a shooter walks into range. But it's more than just luck that brings you to that moment. It's time and effort spent in the off-season that makes the real difference. Don't leave your next hunt to chance. Choose the best. Choose Analogics Outdoors.
season at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Get the best deals on great hunting gear in-store and online.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of DoD TV was brought to you by Sportsman's Channel, your home for everything red, wild, and blue.